Hi there, I'm Eli, just your average guy from Capernaum. But let me tell you about this incredible day that, changed everything. It all started with my friend Micah. We'd been buddies since we were kids, always getting into mischief together. But one day, everything changed. Micah got sick. And before we knew it, he couldn't walk anymore. It was tough seeing him like that. Once so full of life, now confined to his mat. We tried everything to help him. Doctors, healers, even those sketchy miracle workers who'd pop up in the market from time to time. Nothing worked. Micah started losing hope. His smile, once so bright, began to fade. But you know what? We didn't give up. Our other friends, Levi and Judah, they stuck by us too. We'd visit Micah every day, tell him stories, try to make him laugh. Then one day, we heard the most exciting news. Jesus was in town. Now we'd heard about Jesus, the miracles, the teachings, the way he touched people's lives.
Eli, do you think he could heal me?
We're going to get you to Jesus no matter what it takes. The next day we set off early, Micah on his mat, the four of us carrying him through the streets of Capernaum, trusting in the Lord's mercy. But when we got to the house where Jesus was teaching, my heart sank. The place was packed. People were spilling out the door, crowding around the windows. There was no way we could get through. We prayed for a miracle. Micah's face fell. I could see the disappointment in his eyes, and it broke my heart. We remembered the words of Isaiah. By his stripes, we are healed. That's when we had this crazy idea. We looked at each other and then up at the roof. Yeah, you guessed it. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? With faith as small as a mustard seed, we believed. We carried Micah up to the roof. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. But Micah's hope gave us strength, just as the Lord strengthens the weary. Once up there, we started removing the tiles. I was so nervous I thought my heart might jump out of my chest. But we trusted in God's plan. As we made the opening bigger, we could hear Jesus teaching below. His words were so powerful, so full of love, like a shepherd guiding his flock. Finally, the hole was big enough. We tied ropes to Micah's mat and started lowering him down. As Micah descended, the crowd went silent. Jesus looked up, and I held my breath, praying for divine intervention.
Son, your sins are forgiven. Which is easier, to say your sins are forgiven or to say get up and walk? I tell you, get up, take your mat and go home. By the power of the Almighty, rise and walk.
And you know what? Micah did. He stood up, picked up his mat, and walked out in front of everyone. Praise be to God, we couldn't believe our eyes. Micah, our friend who hadn't taken a step in years, was walking. It was a miracle, a testament to the Lord's power and mercy. We walked home, our hearts full of gratitude and faith, knowing we had witnessed the glory of God. The crowd was amazed. People were praising God, saying, "We have never seen anything like this." Micah ran to us, tears in his eyes, and we all hugged. It was a moment I'll never forget. Truly, the Lord had done a great thing. As we walked home together, all five of us on our feet, Micah couldn't stop smiling. We felt the presence of God with us.
It's not just my legs. I feel whole, like a weight has been lifted from my soul. Praise be to God.
And me, well, I learned that with faith and good friends, nothing is impossible. As it is written, with God, all things are possible. So, whenever life gets tough, I remember that day on the roof. The day we took a leap of faith and witnessed a miracle. Just as Jesus said, your faith has healed you. And you know what? That same power, that same love, it's still here today. For you, for me, for everyone. For God so loved the world. So, what's your roof? What's holding you back? Maybe it's time to take a chance, to reach out for healing and hope. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Because miracles, they don't just happen in stories. They can happen in your life too. All it takes is a little faith and maybe some good friends to help you along the way. For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them.